Hi, I'm Emile du Toit from BrainIT Consulting. This is a short walkthrough BrainIT free field guide number 2 called Find the First Process with Automating. The first guide showed how an ordinary business owner can work with an AI coding agent. This one answers the question that should come before any building begins. What is actually worth building first? My main suggestion is simple. Do not begin with software. Begin with a piece of work you already understand. Ask what starts it, what information moves or changes, and what lets you honestly say it is finished. Customer management is too broad. A new inquiry arrives. Somebody records it, replies, and knows the reply was sent. Is a process we can examine. The next step is to notice where time and attention quietly disappear. Perhaps the same detail is typed 3 times. Perhaps a handoff loses the note that explains the job. Perhaps follow-up depends on somebody remembering. For a few ordinary days, simply notice when the work makes you search, retype, chase, or remember. Then choose 3 possible processes. One might be something repetitive and annoying. Another might create avoidable waiting. The third might simply make the day calmer. 3 choices are enough to compare honestly without turning the exercise into a large consulting project. The guide includes a 6-part scorecard. You look at whether the work repeats, consumes attention, has a clear beginning and end, follows a reasonably stable path, can recover from mistakes, and produces a result that matters. Each part gets 0, 1, or 2 points. The number does not make the decision for you. It makes your reasons visible, so you can see why one idea is a safer place to learn than another. There are also projects that should not be first. I would not begin with something that sends money, deletes records, makes sensitive judgments, or publishes commitments without review. I would also avoid replacing the whole business at once. Important work is not automatically good practice work. The worked example compares 3 ideas for a local service business. A simple inquiry and follow-up tracker scores well because it repeats, removes searching, and can begin without sending anything automatically. Automatic replies and quotes need more human judgment. Replacing, scheduling, invoicing, and customer records together is simply too large. The best first project is not the most ambitious one. It is the one that can teach you something useful without interrupting the business. Once you choose the process, define the smallest useful version. For the inquiry example, that means capturing the request, assigning an owner, choosing a status, and recording the next action. It does not yet need to send email, calculate quotes, connect to accounting, or import every old customer. One real item should be able to travel from start to finish without a side spreadsheet. The guide then separates useful assistance from human responsibility. An app can collect the same details consistently, show missing actions, prepare a draft, or flag that a waiting period has passed. A person should still decide what is promised, priced, approved, or sent. If the app is wrong, ask who will notice, how quickly, and whether the action can be reversed. You also get a 1-page build brief. It records the process, the people, the information, the smallest useful version, the human checks, and the pilot. You do not need to write a technical specification. Your job is to describe the business clearly and protect its meaning. A developer or a coding agent can recommend the technical details and explain the trade-offs. Finally, test with safe examples. Run the first version beside the current process while a person stays in control. Write down the friction that prevents one real item from reaching done. Then decide whether to keep it, narrow it, expand it, or stop. Learning is the first deliverable. You can use the scorecard and the build brief entirely on your own. Nothing in the guide requires a sales call. If you would like a second pair of eyes, I can sit with you for one listening first working session, map the current process, and help narrow the first version before anybody builds. Open BrainIT Free Field Guide number 2, choose 3 pieces of work you already understand, and score them honestly. Do not start with the most impressive idea. Start with one useful process that is small enough to learn from.